think that was the right move to leave Philly and go to Miami for him personally?
Well, first of all, that deal hasn't been finalized yet, but assuming that it does happen, I will tell you this. I think it's absolutely the wrong move.
Crystal, Jimmy Butler says he only cares about winning. He went to the Heat. So I don't even know how those two sentences marry each other, but
Which team in the East is most likely to underachieve?
Man, I had a tough time with this one, but out of that list, I'm going to go with the Heat, and I'm going to have to say the Heat, just with all the turnovers, and they lost some key pieces. It'll be interesting to see what they're able to do, especially because they narrowly missed last year, and that was with Dwayne Wade and with those key pieces. So,
All right, Ramona.
That was a lie. No, Jimmy Butler will not make the playoffs. And guess what? If I have to eat my words, and he is going to have a first-round exit, it's going to take at least 1 or 2 years for Jimmy Butler, who wants to be the guy so badly, to get the team to be built around him, to be good enough to compete in the East. The East is getting better by the second.
Here's why I don't like the move for Jimmy Butler. You'll never be loved the way you were loved in Philadelphia. He's going to Miami, and you know what Jimmy Butler's going to be? Just another really, really good basketball player.
You heard a lot of criticism when you did make that choice and agreed to come to Miami. What bothered you the most?
None of it.
The Heat comes into Milwaukee and pulls off an overtime victory, 131-126.
The league gets 37 points per game. Butler eludes Westbrook for an open three. It's good. And a nice out for ball to Hero. Hero has held a 3-on-1 break. The trailer, Butler puts it in. Plus a foul. Duncan Robinson. Oh, man. They built that lead up to 41, and they were never seriously challenged. Jared Spoelstra walking off with his 528th career win, and the Heat do get their 5th win in 6 games.
They just outran us and out-hustled us and outplayed us. And, after that, the last 3 quarters were what they were. I think they won about 2 or 3, but first quarter they just came out and smacked us, and we just took it.
Belonged to Butler. Deflected. Here's Butler. He's got the Miami Heat will improve to 15-5. The Toronto Raptors, as Kelly Olynyk drills it, it's 121-110.
The Heat had an impressive win over the Raptors in overtime last night. Miami also the only road team to win in Milwaukee this year. So they've gone into these other Eastern Conference cities, Paul, and taken some lunch money.
Yeah. But the story is none other than Kendrick Nunn. He had 28 points, and get this, he has scored more points in his first 5 games than anyone except for Kevin Durant and Jerry Stackhouse.
I looked at Bam when I watched him play in Kentucky. I saw a next-level athlete that was willing to work hard. When you get a guy that's super athletic with a good motor and wants to work hard, Zeke, that's the easiest NBA player to coach. Yeah. Because he already has the God-given talent. Now he wants to work harder than everybody else, and he wants to get better. He is also another guy that fits this culture. So I see Bam. I think Bam is going to be an all-star this year. I think it would be a crime if he's not when you look at what he's doing, averaging a double-double on one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference.
Hero and Robinson. Let me tell you something right now. They launch it in a way, they look like they ready to shoot from the parking lot. You understand? Who have we said that about? There's only one tag team that we have said that about.
Steph and Clay.
Man, let me tell you something. If those dudes catch fire, and what we've seen from them periodically is something we see from them more continuously, I can make an argument with you right now that they might be one of the top 2 most exciting teams in basketball.
Bam, bam, bam. Oh, my goodness. Yep. He is playing lights-out basketball. Bam Adebayo is an all-star all day, all night long. Both into the floor, scoring the basketball, blocking shots.
Now Horford tips it away. Leonard comes up with a shot clock at 7. Adebayo, nice handle. It's inside. Quickly past Embiid.
I know he's got stuff to learn, but he already is.
James Innocent as well. Nice feed. Butler to Adebayo.
It's the vulnerability of the zone. Right in the middle, Harris found the soft spot.
Adebayo goes right at it. We don't. Philadelphia. Adebayo floats it up and in.
Those flip shots, Mike, from trapping out of the timeout.
Shot clock by Horford. Shot clock winding down. Nunn puts it up. Bang! Banks it in. Kendrick Nunn from downtown. Kendrick Nunn now with 26 points. You see the shot clock expiring as he banks it home.
Based on what you saw last night, were the Sixers exposed?
I think they were. You know, covering this game last night, Max, I'm at the game, and Philadelphia goes out to like a 12 to 14 point lead. All of it, about 12-point lead in the first quarter or so. By the half, they're down like 8. It's a 20-point difference. Miami goes on a 27-7 run to close out the half. Max, Eric Spoelstra throws a 2-3 zone on the Philadelphia 76ers.
Last night in Philly, the Miami Heat proved that they're no fluke. They're no team that starts hot and then cools off like the Suns did or the Timberwolves. They are not a fluke. They went into Philly, playing against one of the best teams in the East. Bam Adebayo.
You know, their commitment to their culture, not the players, but the organization's commitment to their culture and their identity in terms of who we are, how we play, and how things go here in Miami.
Remember in the preseason when conditioning tests were like, oh, why are we talking about vets making conditioning? It's because the culture they're preaching, and it's showing on both ends of the floor. They play hard, they play smart, they're developing talent. That's the Pat Riley culture that we all have come to know and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not, even think about a guy like Kendrick Nunn, who is, you know, a hero of last night's game.
Special, Max.
Kendrick
I
Nunn
like him.
He was
I like him.
unsigned. You talk about rookie of the year. Kendrick Nunn's right there with him. They were pointing it out on the broadcast as an unsigned rookie.
I didn't see this coming. I really did it. Miami is really, really turning me on, man.
Jimmy Butler will not make the playoffs. And guess what?
He's going to Miami, and you know what Jimmy Butler's going to be? Just another really, really good basketball player.
As you and I sit here, Miami is number 2 in the Eastern Conference. No Miami team has ever gotten off to this good a start. Not the LeBron James, Dwayne Wade teams, not the Shaq teams, not the Alonzo Mourning teams. I know you thought you guys were going to compete this year, but be honest, did you really think this team was that good?
And you're really going to ask me if
Yes.
I really think a team that I'm on is that good?
Number 2 in the East. You
Yeah.
thought you would be in that level.
I'm surprised we're not number 1, to tell you the truth.